Hello and welcome everybody to the Skill Bharat Samman podcast. Today we have a very special guest with us. Miss, if you could please introduce yourself to the audience and tell them about you and your school.
Yeah. And hi, this is Meghana Kambham. I am the Executive Director for Shrishti World School, Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. So, the thing that we recognize with if somebody recognizes our school, they recognize us for promoting the 21st century skills and future readiness in the kids. And it's not, though it's affiliated to CBSA, we are very experiential. We have a very experiential learning base and a curriculum here. We have a hardware software lab where we teach AI, blockchain, and languages like Python and future technologies, some kind of a hardware, the 3D printing and all of this. We get in speakers from various places to kind of introduce them about the changing world of coding or gaming and UI UX. So we teach this to children. We tell them that it's not just you go to a engineering college and you'll be placed with a job and you'll go somewhere. That's really not how it's working out today. Along with that, we do have we have a complete agriculture program, an end-to-end agriculture program. So we have starting from the seeding stage and the harvest and the nursery, and they have all this. They learn through this. So we also arrange for careers in agriculture, agri-tech, and hydroponics, and how they can establish small businesses in this area. And going ahead, we also have these various clubs, and I think we focus a lot on the LDP, the soft skills part of it. Being from a tier 2 cities, people tend to lose the basics, and then they move into learning coding, learning mobile apps. It doesn't matter, because once you speak or communicate or don't have a leadership skills and you can't present yourself, nothing is going to really work out in the future. So I think amongst the various other things that we do, I think these are some things that could be highlighted. We have a club of entrepreneurship. We have we made millet snacks, and our kids have actually sold them, made a profit, and then for various political campaigns, they've supplied food. And we have a program called an entrepreneur for every house. So that's something to note. And we also have a health initiative. We have an early childhood as well. In the LKGs and UKGs, we do promote skill development, communication, social, emotional skills, motor, gross motor. So we have a complete the program for early childhood development. For every age, there is a certain milestone that you have to hit in your skills. So we track them, and then we give customized activities to the mom to do along with the child every day for 3 minutes, so that they really increase their skills, because the brain's development in terms of the skills is done by 6 years. So, and 90% of your brain stops growing it when it's 6 years. The rest of the ones only kind of take in experiences and grow over the years. Yeah, so these are some notable things. We've done much, much more, but then I think we'll complete this call talking about it. But I'd like to know a little bit about OLL as well. I've actually seen your great work. I'd really like to appreciate you guys and how you got in a format and put everything together for anybody to really choose and learn. And it's really affordable according to our this thing. Not probably for everybody, but yeah, I really appreciate and admire how quickly and how effectively you guys have done something to really give that access to skill development on a want basis, on a demand basis, to anybody who would like to do it. Congratulations on that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, let me tell you a bit about me. I'm Shreyaan, the co-founder of OLL. I started off when I was 15 years old in the 10th grade. It's been 3 years since when we're running this, and today OLL is teaching about 25,000 kids daily across 65 schools in India, where we go offline, we teach them skills like AI, entrepreneurship, robotics, and a lot more on the website. As you can see, there are about 1,000 options that any child can learn from.
It's very inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I personally went from my experience to, getting not getting enough in my school to adding that in every school. I wish I would have had. So, coming to, my first question, I think you already answered, which was key, since you're an example for other schools in not only in your area, but also nationally, what would you recommend to a school that is, taking their step towards starting their journey in skill development training for their kids? Or what is it that's something that you have experienced that you would want to, share with them?
Okay. So first off, very inspiring personal journey as well, Shreyaan. And I think you are an inspiration to a lot of kids and a lot of people around the whole country. And yes, to answer your question, I think first, anybody who's taking their first steps should really focus on the basics first. Because today, like I said, skill development is in many areas, and then those very fancy things, and there are too many things like coding and that and this and this. Like I said, we need to come back to the ELDP. So the basics of talking, speaking, listening, writing skills. I think that is something that should
Yeah.
nail first. So have a program in ELDP first. Concentrate on that for the first 1 year, and then it takes about a year and a half for children to really see the change in the way they speak or communicate, their confidence, and that the soft skills part of it. I think once that is done, people can really move from there to the advanced ones. Like advanced ones, or yes, they are very much required for being job ready. So in terms of what you speak about, this coding or like UI UX design and architecture. So in basics of architecture, and something that they interest them, but the basics in that field. So some people could be from gaming, and then they could look at aspects of that. So I think before you go into these things, I think that's the advice, that you get the basics nailed first, because a person is made with the basics, and then you build upon that. So I think that's somewhere you start off
Absolutely,
with. Yeah.
absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Like, if I can't
Yeah.
speak or write English very well, then I
Yeah.
won't be able to code, or I won't be able to do any other activity equally well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
definitely on point, Miss. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, we've been hearing this AI and robotics and coding revolution is coming in education. Everybody's adding it. But, Miss, what do you think, is there a real benefit for the kids who are learning it? And as well as, uh, will it replace their jobs in the future? Will AI replace the students' jobs, and how can we prepare them?
Okay. So I heard part of your question, Shriyan. I had a
Yeah.
like I had a discrepancy in the signal or something. I couldn't hear the whole question, but then the last part I did hear. How can AI, will AI replace the jobs, or like what's the significance? So I think with the pace that it's going up right now, everybody should understand that the science of AI, or introducing AI into certain components, is very heavy. Like, the chat GPT uses up about 5 crores of cash burn every day to run. So yeah, so that's how much costly the technologies of AI and this thing are. So I don't think the world will come to an end so far where nobody will have jobs and all these things. But because I do run a tech startup myself. So I'm a doctor, and then I have a tech startup which is into the early childhood developmental sciences, how you should track them, and all of this. We do have some kind of an AI component into the screening questionnaire that we introduce. We try to track the environmental factors that influence the child's development and its brain. So I really don't think AI and machine learning are so slow to progress. Even today, I still feel like, I might be wrong, but this is my opinion. I feel like it can't progress at a stage where it kills so many jobs on a daily basis. Obviously, everybody who's in the tech world, specifically doing the analytics part, or statistical data scientists. So I think those are the people who are first affected by AI. But really, somebody who's an entrepreneur can't be affected by AI as a whole. Business founder can't be affected with AI. So yes, so basically, I think that is something of a kind of a standard thing, like English, math, and so, that people have to learn. There's no doubt
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that. But
absolutely.
yeah, but I don't think it's like the kind of the way that it's made out to be. I don't think it's that's the significance of it. That much it has the significance, but yes, it does. So everybody needs to understand it. They have to go for it as a subject. And people need to know how it impacts their life on a daily basis, because in every click and every press that you do on your mobile phone, you have AI embedded into, knowing what you're trying to do. Yeah, so that's
Absolutely.
my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Miss, we just spoke about that entrepreneurs would never be replaced, regardless of, AI coming in. So,
Yeah.
how can students become entrepreneurs, and what steps are you taking in your school for introducing entrepreneurship? As you said, you have a club, you have started a few things. If you could just elaborate on that a bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I think entrepreneurs make the world, or they break the world. So that's the need us for everything. I mean, like the employment or the development or everybody, even a homemaker in a home is an entrepreneur at the end of the day. So I think that's the base for everything. There is no saying that that's not. This is something that's an extra thing. It's very required to be teaching yourselves all skills of an entrepreneur. So the money management, the sales, the marketing. So may it be in personal life to market yourself, to sell yourself, that's very required for a person as a whole, and even for an institution or anything. So that can't be avoided. And one thing that like we've started off on a very strong entrepreneurship program in the school about 5 to 6 years ago. And we did agri entrepreneurship, and then like food entrepreneurship. So yeah, it basically falls into agri entrepreneurship. So the millet foods and all this. So we actually did a complete awareness on the lifestyle change that's required towards shifting towards millet foods. First of all, it's very uncostly to shift towards it. So basically, it's very affordable to shift towards it, and the lifestyle benefits that you get out of it are enormous. The diabetes and everything can be avoided. So basically, we took that as a subject, and then yeah, we went ahead and so first there was the design for the ideation workshop, where we said what are the recipes that we're going to really bring in and sell, and why they should be long lasting, the shelf life, and then the supply chain component of it. So we thought about all of this in the ideation segment, and then we went ahead and every year we would do two segments. So the ideation and the production, they've done it in a year, and the next year they've actually learned about the sales and the marketing, and they've actually sold to a lot of political campaigns the multi-millet snacks and the long shelf life snacks. So they went on Vikasa Varadhi, so the AP state government, they've supplied everything. So they learned how to market it, how to package it, how to really price it, how to do the management. Once they get in the revenues, how do they do the variable costs, and then keep the money aside for the further investment. So yeah, this how they completely learned it. And after that, they went in for agri products. So apart from that, they've also come up with the the saplings nurseries they've established, and even the manure they've kind of created the very for there's no fertilizers or pesticides, that kind of a manure and agri products. This was the second initiative that they've done. So hopefully this year the whole club activity is going to start in the next 15 days. So we have to see what we are headed towards. We want to bring this year, we want to do something with financial literacy. The theme for Shrishti World School for the 21st century skills for 2023 is financial literacy. So we're seeing if we can put up a consultancy for financial advice. So that's something that they're looking at this year. So these are the activities that we've done, and we like to encourage our students to push themselves more. And these ideas have completely ideated from the students. We have not pushed anything onto them. We've made them come out with multiple things, and which shows certain things out of them. Yeah.
Wow, wow. A lot of stuff that everybody can learn from who's watching this. Maybe they can start their own entrepreneurship clubs, or they can start their own activities for the kids to really. Like, I really love the fact that governments were buying students' products, government parties and political parties, which is a really, really big thing. Uh,
Yeah.
I would love to get into the next round, which is the rapid fire round, where I'll ask a
Sure.
question and you have to answer in only one word. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
So
Yeah.
my first question is, your students have a board exam on the same day as they have an international competition. Which one will you
Okay.
allow them to go to?
Which one will I?
Allow them to go to.
I love that. Board exam, if it's standard 10, then obviously for practical reasons, they have to go to the board exam. But if it is any other exams, I mean, if there's a final exam for 9th standard, 8th standard, 7th standard, that we have a choice to, then obviously the first choice is going to be like an international competition, because we want our students to have a lifetime exposure to any opportunity that they can get. And that'll be my first choice. And we would do something to make them take their exams later. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
My second question is, if you could go back to school in today's time, what would you learn?
Oh my God. Yeah. I probably learn a lot. So what would I learn? Financial literacy. Yeah, I think that's something that I would vote for. Yeah, because that's something that everybody should know. We have not taught in schools. We are not taught in colleges. Nowhere in life we are taught about that. We hardly fall, and then we learn from that. So I think that's something that should be taught, and that's something I'd like to learn.
Absolutely. My next
Yeah.
question is that if you had all the resources in the world,
Mhm.
what would you introduce for your students? You had all the money, you had all the teachers, you had all the infrastructure. What would you introduce for your students?
Entrepreneurship, I think. Yeah. So a full-fledged, technology team, how to manage it, from the architecture, from the UX, UI design, ideating, and hardware, software, entrepreneurship, and teaching them the required, financial literacy. I mean, like the projections, 5-year projections, or preparing a business model, business plan. I think that's something that we would stick to. We are very corely passionate about it, and really think that impacts the whole life. Yeah. So a full-fledged like an incubation center of our own. So probably I think we'd do that. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Like like as you said, an incubation center for
Absolutely.
people come in as students and they come out as entrepreneurs, something like
Yeah.
that.
Been ranked as the number 1 in AP for the India school rankings for the innovation that we're introducing, and number 3 in the country for the same. And so yeah, we'd really like to take that route. There are
Wow.
really to this thing, and yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Nasiran, even we would love to have you as our ambassador for entrepreneurship because you represented yourself as a tech entrepreneur and also you are implementing it in your school. So you're
Yeah.
really, really great inspiration for all other schools.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But we would to have you to come visit the school and see for yourself, and also we'd like to learn a lot about yourself. You yourself are a personal inspiration, apart from the your own startup and your own this thing that you've formed around yourself. Your personal presence and your aura itself is a good inspiration for schools. We'd be fortunate if you would make down a brief trip somewhere sometime over here and have a look at what's happening here. And we'd like to we have Center for Excellence for School Entrepreneurship as well. The IT Minister of the state has inaugurated it. And we also have a Center for AI and AI Excellence and propagating it. So we'd really like you to come down, give us some inputs. We'd like to learn from you, your ideas, and how we can bring in a lot of other people as well. We are always open to all these children from other schools coming down and learning much from us, and forming that community, because we feel that that's more important for our students, rather than to the internal knowledge that we would have as a team internally would be really less. We'd really like to welcome people, speakers, consultants, and people like you who have achieved a lot into the whole system, and then a lot of students from outside as well, to really make this community big and share a lot. So we'd really be happy to see you somewhere. Should discuss on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Miss, for giving your time on a working day, or in school hours. It's a very, very grateful thing for you to do. Thank you so much, and I would love to really meet you at the Skill Bharat Samman event on 26th August.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Best for your team as well, for everything. Yeah.
Thank you, Miss. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.